Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have, hey yo, we got Kodak Black throwing away cash, man. Rollo on snitching, Styles P breaking out the rule book, Pooh Shiesty situation ain't looking so hot, and we got a surprise for you at the end of this, so be sure to stay locked in all the way to the end, man. Although you might have heard the news by the time you get this. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, hit all that good stuff that you know you need to be hitting, man. I mean, I don't gotta say it every time, but I do. Okay, Kodak Black is having a bit of a disagreement with Sniper Gang artist Jackboy. Kodak sent out a tweet simply saying, quote, "F a friendship, I'm on business." Right? Then he posted a video of himself throwing money into the ocean, with the idea seemingly being that the money that he made off of Jackboy means nothing to him. It was stated that he threw like $100K into the water. Take a look. Why do we do this? You're like, who's we? Black people, okay? You're like, I don't do that. Why do we do things like burn money, throw away money, throw money into the sky, get fireworks? Why do we do that? You see what I'm saying? I feel like I don't see other cultures doing things like that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, the caption he added read, "I broke you off when them F ninjas wouldn't give you a dime. I ain't owe you ish, ninja. I just wanted to see you shine. You never gave me ish, ninja. I had my own grind." Close quote, right? I know a bunch of folks, like, where exactly was that? Like, what are the coordinates? Exactly, right? Like, he ain't even make it easy for people that are financially struggling to get that. But if he was smart, right, he'd have had like a real fine net, ready to pull all them dollars right back up out the water. That way, he would have sent a strong message and kept his papers. Now, of course, he could have purchased fake money on Amazon and set the joint ablaze, right? I mean, that's something that I would have probably done if I was into doing things like burning money, but I'm not into that. Now, just in case you didn't get the message right, he posted another vid in the bathroom doing this. Take a look. Well, Kodak, I hope you're happy you clogged it, okay? And I don't see a plunger anywhere in sight. Now, I'm kind of mad he put his bare hand in there too, man, because the next person he greeted didn't know that he just did that, man. That's E. coli bacteria, man. And if you rub your eyes accidentally, it's pink eye. That's right, yo. Your boy be thinking, man. I think's good, and I think's hard. Rollo has been behind bars for what, like 2 to 3 years now, for moving weed across state lines, Cali to Georgia, which is type crazy, right? Because now they legalizing the joint state by state. Can you imagine being locked up for weed and then they legalize the joint like right after you got locked up? Anyway, he sent out a message saying, quote, "This is my 4th summer behind the wall." He said it like he was in Game of Thrones. "My girl, my daughter, and my mama cry every day for me to come home, and I look them in their face and tell them I'd rather lay in this bunk than sit on that stand to come home. And please know, I could have been home like 6ix9ine with my millions, and them pretty hoes would have still, blanked the skin off my itch, right? Every day. Honor and don't forget about us, cause we in this B, growing gray a day for not going against the fam." Close quote. Now, 6ix9ine saw the post and was like, man, who the hell is this guy, right? In fact, 6ix9ine saw what academics posted, that particular post, and said, quote, "I don't even know who this is, but somehow if I respond, I'm the problem. I'm too disrespectful. Everyone always mentions me first, and when I start and don't stop, 6ix9ine always go too far." Close quote. I remember when 6ix9ine said to somebody, 6ix9ine said, "You have herpes, do you not?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh, that burned. Anyway, look, what I've observed, right, working with people, 6ix9ine, is it's not the first person that gets in trouble. It's always the second one, man. As soon as you strike back, you get caught. Which brings us, right, once again to the rules of snitching. Styles P has spoken up for the common man. You know, the man who puts his trousers on one leg at a time, right? Who sometimes gets to work late because he just can't today, right? The man who's waiting to get off the clock and the supervisor asks him to look into one more thing. Styles P understands you, right? He understands the struggle, and he has stated, quote, "A lot of you are getting things confused because OGs effed you up. You don't have enough clarity of what's going on. Let me explain something to you. Sir, be our guest. Grab a seat while you're at it, okay?" He said, quote, "A regular citizen who has not broken the code or does not live a life of crime or is not an everyday criminal is not a snitch." Sir, could you please elaborate, Styles P? I mean, he continued on to say, "You should expect them to call the cops. You should expect them people to call the cops." You don't say. Take a listen to the man making sense, damn it. Take a listen.
For the young G's out there, I don't care what you are, man. Neutral, Blood, Crip, MS-13, Trinitarios, Triad, Italian mob, Polish mob, Russian mob, Jewish mob. Wherever the fuck you are, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna tell you something right now. A lot of y'all are getting a lot of things confused and your OGs fucked you up and you don't have enough clarity on what's going on. Let me explain something to you. A regular citizen who has not broken the code or does not live a life of crime or is not an everyday criminal is not a snitch. You should expect them people to call the cops on you. I'm gonna say that one more time. A regular person who does not live a life of crime, if they do not break the code, I mean, if they're not pardon me, said that wrong. If they are not an outlaw every day, if they don't live by breaking the rules in a life of crime, they are not a fucking snitch. An average citizen is most likely, or probably, or you should expect to call the police on you. It's fucking first and foremost. I don't know who your OG is. Like I said, I don't give a fuck what set you in, nigga. If a regular citizen who does not break the law calls the police on your stupid ass, and you didn't expect that, and you calling them a snitch, you's a fucking dummy. Fuck you and your OG for calling them a snitch. That's a citizen, my nigga. Madonna, get over here.
Madonna, get over there, right? Look, that's a citizen, you effing dummy. My man said it straight, right? Look, I'm pretty sure Willie D said the same thing. If they was doing dirt with you, then then they told, right? That's snitching. Like, how are people still misconstruing this thing, man? You know what's worse than a criminal? A dumb criminal. A criminal too dumb to know the difference and will not be taught the difference. And here's the part that really baffles the thinking man, right? Someone is like, we're gonna hand you, the dumb criminal that can't tell the difference, the cannon. Does that make sense to you, man? You know, the culprits are like, hey, yo, man, who is this guy, man? Get him out of here, man. You making too much sense. I almost effed around and thought. We know you almost did. Now, Styles P did not stop there. Right? He continued to trigger the FAGs, right? The fake ass gangsters, right? The world over. And sadly had to explain the need to separate mentally citizen life and criminal life. Take a listen.
Guy, when I do my legal job, when I go to the juice bar, I go to pharmacy for life, guess what? Cops drink free. It's a fact. Cops, firemen, ambulance, if they come, they drink it free. You know why? Because I'm working at my community job. My regular citizen job that has nothing to do with being a criminal or ex-criminal. I separate the two. I know when to separate them. I don't go around fucking legal people or regular citizens expecting them to live by the code of the criminal. That's just fucking what it is.
Thank you, Professor Styles P, for providing the culture with a lesson on snitching 101. Now, of course, this will be met with heavy resistance by those that insist on holding on to the wrong definition of a term they heard from their friend and never really understood. And finally, where am I at? How much time I got? All right, real quick, my shout outs. Let's give a shout out real quick to Fresh Prince. My man said, wait, don't a chicken have 2 thighs and 2 wings? So it should be also a thigh shortage. I was confused too first at Fresh Prince, right? But then I thought about it like, let's say people ate humans, right? Or let's say something ate humans and they chopped us up into pieces, but everybody loved the breasts and the thighs. You see what I'm saying? Kenneth Cole came through and said, yo, man, I gotta hit that thumbs up and drop the pieces to keep that algorithm fed. Yo, shout out to you, Kenneth Cole. We appreciate that, man. Yo, hit that like, hit that thumbs up, and feed the algorithm, man. Chuck Taylor said, yo, all right, cat's out the bag. Those puffy gay rumors are now a fact, and that ain't funny. Right? That's all he said. That's all I'm going to say on that. Who else? Look, anybody came through. Tyler Jamal said, who is Drake and Migos, Alex Trebek? That's from yesterday's video. If you missed it, you got to go check it out, right? I said, yo, man, who might have Fat Joe been talking about when he said he was listening to 2 other artists? Everybody came through and said Drake and Migos. I said, yeah, I'm going to post a Black Heart if you put Drake and Migos. I was doing Black Hearts all day, man. I couldn't do anything. My people was looking at me like, oh, that's what you're going to do all day? Yes. Shout out to Patricia Hines, been holding us down for a year now. And Denisha Hill says, wait, so sexuality, homosexuality is praised, but black justice and equality is still stomped out? NFL, that's to the NFL she was throwing that to. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, word. You know what I mean? Like, what up with that? Anyway, and finally, as we already suspected, the feds are aiming to use social media to pull a flawless victory on your boy Pooh Shiesty. Back in October, Pooh Shiesty was involved in a shootout and fled the scene in a Maybach and hopped on a private jet, right? At the scene of that incident, the whole thing was caught on surveillance, right? Surprise, surprise, okay? During the situation, Pooh Shiesty dropped a Louis Vuitton bag with about 40 racks in it. Now, the feds have been able to tie that exact bag to Pooh Shiesty's social media account, and things were made even easier for the feds because they found him flaunting the Draco used in the shooting. I mean, could this have been laid out any easier for these people? You know how in the movies and games, the bad guy monologues and explains all their evil plans? You would think people who commit crime would learn from them not to broadcast their plans and activities, because then everybody knows what you was up to. Anyway, they also matched the serial numbers of the money found in the Louis Vuitton bag, right, to money Pooh Shiesty was showing off on Instagram, meaning the zoom feature they have on their devices is insane. Listen, according to NewYorkDefenseCounsel.com, 97% of federal defendants plead guilty. Those who proceed to trial get acquitted in about 25% of those cases, which essentially means 99% of those charged by the government are ultimately convicted and sentenced. Did you hear that, man? Look, 88% of Americans own cars, right? 93% of Americans use the internet. The highest rate of graduation in 2021 is 94%. The federal conviction rate is 99%. Can you imagine what they'll find on your social media account? And please don't think you've scrubbed your social media account so you're good. The place where you could get your fill a chicken pays outside companies to retrieve your scrubbed internet information if you attempt to work in their corporate offices. You're like, what chicken place is that? I just told you. Nothing leaves the internet. Oh, and by the way, right? Bill Cosby is coming home. I didn't finish the sentence. Coming home, okay? The highest court in Pennsylvania, where am I at? The highest court in Pennsylvania, I lost my place, overturned the 83-year-old's sexual assault conviction after they found some kind of an agreement with previous prosecutors which prevented him from being charged in the case. Apparently, right, the prosecutor called 5 women with similar drug and rape stories as Andrea Constant, right? The woman that he was convicted of assaulting, who also brought her parents to his comedy show after she claims he was sexually assaulted. Whatever. He had already served about 2 years of a 10-year sentence, and he recently turned down parole by refusing therapy that would have come with an early release. He maintained his innocence, and now he is off on a technicality, which is interesting, right? Notice how they tried to give him the parole, and when that didn't fly, he's now off on a technicality, which means if he took the parole, what then? Anyway, let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like. Are you happy about that? Are you sad about that? How you really feel about that? They overturned a massive conviction. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like. Be sure to subscribe. Yo, thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source, your source for celeb news.